On the morning of August 21st, I woke with the same intentions and excitement as thousands and thousands of people across America. A total solar eclipse was about to cut across the country, from Oregon to South Carolina, and I was going to see it. I left my friend's place in Boulder, Colorado about 5.5 hours before Totality. That was 6:15 a.m. Mountain Time, and I-25 going north out of Denver was bumper to bumper all the way past Cheyenne, Wyoming. My GPS had me hopping on and off the interstate, edging my way through the traffic, and I marveled at the sheer number of cars streaming towards the path of Totality. The science of an eclipse isn't complicated, and while the media has been saturated with explanation of this phenomenon, I'll still take a moment to sum it up. A total solar eclipse occurs when the moon passes directly between the Earth and the sun. This casts a shadow onto the Earth. For most of the planet, the sun is only partially covered by the moon, all except for the relatively small path of Totality, which, for a few minutes, is completely in the shadow of the moon, the sun 100% concealed. I made it to the edge of the path of Totality in Wheatland, Wyoming, around 10 a.m., and after a quick break, continued on towards the center. Near the edge, the eclipse lasts around a minute, but in the center, it was scheduled to last over 2. Eclipses are a remarkable example of how good scientific models of the universe are. Using our current understanding of physics, the time and location of total eclipses can be predicted years and years and years in advance with incredible accuracy. Just past Glendale, Wyoming, I joined one of the many groups of cars pulled over on the side of the interstate at an otherwise unexceptional dusty hill. Settling in with maybe 20 others overlooking this remote stretch of Wyoming wilderness, we watched with anticipation as more and more people pulled over and prepared themselves for the spectacle. A couple hot air balloons were deployed, and a drone was buzzing around. The middle of nowhere had been turned into a hot tourist destination. As we approached 11:45, the moment of Totality, the sky darkened and the temperature dropped. Through my glasses, I could see the sun reduced to a sliver. Looking over my shoulder, I could see the moon's shadow racing toward us. I was shocked how rapidly Totality occurred. The recording that's been playing throughout this video was captured in real time, not a time-lapse, and not sped up in any way. The world went from day to night in seconds as the moon moved directly overhead, completely blocking out the sun. During Totality, there was an eerie chill, a 360-degree sunset, and the sun had been reduced to the shining ring of the corona, something that was impossible to capture with my small auto-focusing point-and-shoot camera. The fastest 2 minutes of my life passed with me not quite able to comprehend what was happening. One of the craziest things about a total eclipse like this one is that it only exists by happenstance. If the moon was just slightly a different size, or the Earth only a little bit closer or further away, the moon wouldn't align so perfectly with the sun in the sky. And the existence of these eclipses are only temporary. The moon is gradually moving away from the Earth. Eventually, total solar eclipses like this will never happen again. And so I felt particular amazement standing on some random hill staring up at the dark circle of the moon blocking out the source of energy and life on Earth. Then the moon moved on and the sun began to peek out from behind. In seconds, the landscape became bright again, and then the people around me started packing up, walking down to their cars and driving off. I remained a moment longer, trying to internalize what I'd witnessed, to burn the memory into my brain. Then, I too stepped into my car and drove off, and the cactus-studded hill in rural Wyoming that had minutes ago laid witness to one of nature's greatest wonders went back to being just another lump of rock along the side of the road.